Hi and welcome to the Senior Network. I'm your host, Greg Fulton. Today we have with us Tatiana Zanzig with PruittHealth Home Health. Good to see you again, Tatiana.
Good to see you too.
Well, I know there's tough times out there, but I know that you are fortunate where you guys are out there. You are essential healthcare workers providing care at the moment, correct?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit. I know that people may be interested. What are some of the things that you've had to do different in your services that you provide now?
Well, we definitely have been really cautious on making sure that we minimize the spread of any pathogens, making sure that we're educating all of our patients and families, making sure that that education is accurate, staying up to date on any new information.
And it changes constantly.
Constantly.
Right? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, and I noticed you've got some a baggie there.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
These are our coronavirus care kits.
Oh, great.
All of our patients get one regardless of diagnosis.
Okay.
We want all of our patients and families to know and understand how they can best protect themselves against the coronavirus, how they can prevent the spread, and stay healthy. So the care kits include useful information that the patients and their families can rely on.
Right.
It's accurate information, kind of describing the virus and everything they need to kind of understand about it, but in layman's terms, in a way that they can understand it. We also include PPE, a mask, a thermometer for checking their temperature, disinfectant, pill organizer, just some tools that they can use to really stay, as protected as possible.
And that's awesome, because as hard as it is to get thermometers these days, and you guys have it for
That's
your
right.
patients. That's great.
That's right.
Great.
Yeah.
So it brings me back to, you were talking about the personal protective equipment, if you will. So when your nurses and staff go in, I'm assuming they're all in gloves and masks too, is that correct?
Absolutely. So all of before staff even go out to see a patient, every single day they are screened to make sure there are no new developments, no symptoms that they have themselves developed. And then the clinicians call the patients and their families and make sure that the patients and families haven't developed any new symptoms.
Right.
There are some things that might, flag that patient, and then they may need to treat that patient a little bit differently, put on a little more PPE, but that's right. They are wearing, gloves and masks with everybody. And then, if necessary, they'll don more.
Sure. Well, for our viewers that may not know, obviously you folks offer an array of services, and that would be physical therapy and all kinds of nursing services. So I know you usually work with a lot of patients in assisted livings and facilities like that. Are you able to care for the clients and patients at this time?
It's really on a case-by-case basis. It kind of depends what needs the patient has. Complex wound care, things like that really need, our nurses.
Right.
Ideally, we would be going into every facility and caring for those patients and making sure that they bounce back as quickly as possible. But like I said, every facility has their own unique set of rules that they have to kind of follow, and those change as well. So we're just trying to be as compliant as possible, but also really flexible, and really just trying to make sure we meet the needs of all of our patients. So.
And I'm assuming, obviously, on a positive note, you're still able to follow patients home from the hospital into the private homes and care for them there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, in that situation, for our viewers, I know that you work in the Bluffton, Hilton Head, Beaufort area too, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But you guys actually service a little larger than that area.
We do, yep. Colleton and absolutely.
And your patients that are coming out of the hospital, are you allowed personally, can you go in and actually meet with them prior to them discharging, or?
Unfortunately, the hospitals have asked for us, unless it's an absolute, needs to happen, they've asked for us not to come into the facility if we can avoid it.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we'll reach out to the families by telephone. And we honestly haven't had any issues getting in touch with them that way. So we've really just tried to respect the wishes of the hospital.
Yeah, and I think you'd probably agree with this, that in home care and home health, we've been able to continue to provide our care pretty much the same as we did prior to this virus.
Honestly, yes, we're really blessed. We have plenty of PPE to safely care for all of our patients. We haven't had any issues where, we weren't able to see somebody because we didn't have all the equipment that we needed. So we're very lucky.
Yeah,
we have a lot
very.
of resources.
I noticed you have a newsletter there.
I do.
Okay.
So this goes actually in conjunction with the coronavirus care kit. It explains how to properly use the thermometer, and gives a little bit more detail to the virus, and it's just another tool to
Informational
use
sheet,
for
yeah.
education. Yeah.
And I'm sure you experience, I know your social workers do that, just the stress of what we are now calling COVID-19 fatigue. But
Yes.
probably a lot of your patients just like to be comforted a little bit and let them know that they're going to be okay.
Yeah, a little bit of reassurance goes a
Yes.
long way. I know everyone's going a little stir crazy, and all of this stress. I mean, it definitely, I think, has an effect on health as well. Mental well-being.
Oh, I definitely agree with you and think that. I mean, I noticed it from our social work standpoint that, I mean, they're busy. They're busy, just
Absolutely.
really. And like you said, a lot of communication is by phone. But it's
Yeah.
better than no communication at all, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we'd also try to increase the amount of calls that we make to our families, and just make sure that we're doing everything we can to let them know, we're here for them. We're a resource.
Yeah. Tatiana, it's always great to see you.
Thank you
Great
so
information.
much. I
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
Thank
We need
you.
to take a break. Thank you.